In today's video, I'm going to talk about buying new construction without a realtor and some thoughts to consider. I'm Jesse Kern, the singing realtor. Welcome home! We're going to talk about buying new construction homes today without a realtor and some thoughts to consider. First off, everybody can only feel their own emotions for themselves, so that's why we can always look out for really our own best interest. We know what we want, someone else knows what they want. They can only feel what's best for them, we can only feel what's best for us. So the builder feels what's best for them in the transaction, you feel what's best for you as the buyer in the transaction, and when there's a win-win situation, we come together and the deal is done. The essence of today's topic is, do you really want exclusive representation in the new construction transaction? I've held a lot of new construction homes open over the years. Back in 16, 17, and 18, almost every week I held a new construction home open. And sometimes I was surprised by the number of people that didn't want to work with the buyer's agent. They were going to go straight to the builder and either have no representation or do dual agency with the builder's agent. And I mean, that's fine for them. I just sometimes thought it was kind of curious. Why wouldn't you want to have your own exclusive representation in a real estate transaction worth thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars? Here in Des Moines, you can't get into new construction below $200,000. Most of it's $300,000, $350,000 and above. A question I often ask people who are considering not having a buyer's agent or doing dual agency with a listing agent or builder's agent, the question is this: if you are entering into a litigation or legal lawsuit for the same amount as the price of the home, say $200,000 or $350,000 or $500,000, would you hire your opponent's attorney to represent you? Most people say no, and in this situation, yes, a real estate transaction is not a battle like a lawsuit. However, there are best interests of seller, best interests of buyer. They want the same thing ultimately to close. Getting there, sometimes there's bumps along the way, or there's just negotiating out the details. And do you want someone who's already working for the seller or the builder in this case to also represent you? Because here's what you have to consider. The listing agent for a builder, they had a pre-existing relationship with that builder before you came along to build your home. And they're most likely going to have a continued relationship after your transaction. So you just have to ask yourself, where does their loyalty ultimately lie? I had a family come into a new construction open house once that they were in negotiations to build, and they were working with the builder's agent. The builder's agent like flat out said, well, that's not going to work for the builder. That's not in the best interest of the builder. We're not doing that. And the husband was like, oh, well, we're done, because that agent was not thinking of what he and his family were wanting as the buyers. New construction in Des Moines, for a variety of reasons, we don't have a lot of big national builders. D.R. Horton is virtually one of the only ones here. And there's a variety of reasons for that I'm not going to go into right now. So we have a lot of smaller builders or family-owned businesses who are builders. And in many cases, the listing agent is the builder's wife. And you just have to ask yourself, going back to that relationship's going to be there before and after your transaction, do you want exclusive representation or not in the transaction of building your new home? Now, please understand, I'm not trying to knock builders or anyone. I'm just simply asking, do you want to have exclusive representation in your transaction? Builders are good people. They want to do a good job for you. It's in their best interest to have a good reputation in the community. As with anything, we're human. Sometimes mistakes are made, and there might be something with the house that it would have been to your best interest to have had exclusive representation than otherwise. I just want you to think in terms of the whole situation, not just automatically walk in without representation in a real estate transaction. Here's a few things that an experienced new construction buyer's agent can do for you. One, they can take you to interview different builders. They may know insider knowledge or just the inside scoop, being in the industry, about who delivers better customer service or not. It's more than just, does the product look pretty? What's the quality of the work? What's the experience like in terms of customer service and those sorts of things? One time I had a builder be willing to give reduced earnest money, or have my client give reduced earnest money, because the builder's agent knew me personally. So sometimes having those kind of relationships can be helpful to get your foot in the door, or otherwise, if you didn't have an agent, you may not get that. It's all about relationships in this industry. Now, your buyer's agent may not need to attend every single selections meeting that you have with the builder's personnel. But if you're having a situation where something's not happening fast enough or to your liking, your agent can step in and negotiate for you. For example, my aunt and uncle were building a home a few years back, and the builder just wasn't responding and dealing with the situation. I don't remember all the details, and I told my uncle, have your agent call. That's what the agent's job is. Step in, do some negotiating, see what's happening. Maybe they can move the situation along faster than you can. In new construction homes, when you have the electrical walkthrough and the trim carpentry walkthrough, and then of course the inspection happens at the end after the home is built, just because it's new doesn't mean there might not be some kind of situation. I had a water problem once in a new construction home that had to negotiate a correction there. No big deal, the builder took care of it. And things like that may come up. Just because it's new construction doesn't mean it's going to be absolutely perfect. The earth moves, those kinds of things. If you enjoyed today's video, give a like below, subscribe to the channel, and make a comment if you want or have a question, and I will respond. And if you want more information about new construction homes and the new construction home buying process, check out my new construction home buying process series. Have a blessed day.